Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. So honestly, as I grow and grow and grow as a coach, but more specifically not just CrossFit, a nutrition coach, like I get more experience, I learn a lot more about my clients, and I really just start to take in all of these common struggles that I see and just like people's relationships with food, with the scale, with weighing themselves, with their appearance, how they look, what they correlate that to, just like all this stuff. So today's topic is going to be about the scale. I'm gonna try and keep this short and sweet, but basically I wanted to just sit down and quick talk today about the scale, what we should be using it for, what we shouldn't be using it for, and just kind of like just like a different point of view for you to start thinking about the scale and what that means to you. One of the biggest things that I find to be totally true, and I really talk to a lot of my clients about, because a lot of people get really worried about what they see on the scale, what that number is each and every day. The number one thing you have to keep in mind is that a regular scale that you're just stepping on in the morning and is telling you one flat number is not telling you the entire story. It doesn't tell you the entire story about your health, about your journey, about the breakdown in your body, muscle to fat, all of that stuff. So of course, yes, it is a good piece of data, especially if you're on a journey to lose weight or to be healthier. Of course, it is helpful to have. It's something to note, which a lot of my clients do note when they check in. But the most important thing to start is that it doesn't tell you the whole story. Really what I mean by that, and I'll start with that, is so for example, the scale that we use at our gym, it's called an in-body scale. There's a couple that are like similar. Nothing is completely 100% accurate, but it does the best job that it can. It's a very expensive machine, and on it, it does your regular weight. It inputs some information that you have to enter, so height, weight, gender, age, I think that's it. So then it goes through, you're holding on to handles and all that stuff, measuring more than just your body weight. It does measure that, but it measures a bunch of things. This is just like an example of what the sheet looks like. So it breaks it down, it prints it out, it tells you your skeletal muscle mass, your body fat mass, your percentage of body fat. It breaks down through a segmental lean analysis, through right, left arm, right, left leg, trunk, all that stuff. And then it gives you a spot for your body composition history. So every time you hop on the scale, you'll use the same number or code to put in, and it will give you like a graph through every time that you use this. So what a regular scale doesn't tell you is your muscle mass and your body fat percentage. Is that necessary to know every single day? No, but when you are determining your progress and worth off of one flat number on the scale versus looking at something like this, you are seriously missing like 90% of the puzzle. So like an example of that is we had a member who joined our gym. She did the in-body scan one week that she started CrossFit, and then she did it 3 months later. Her weight was almost exactly the same, maybe like a pound or two fluctuated. I can't remember if it was up or down, but she had lost body fat and she had gained muscle. So looking at the scale normally, she would just probably be like, oh, I weigh the same, like what's happening? But looking at this type of scale, like it can tell you more important information like that. What's happening to your body fat? What's happening to your muscle mass? If you're starting to work out more, eat a little more food, eat protein, your muscle mass is probably gonna go up and your body fat might go down. But your weight may be fairly similar or not tell you the entire story. So that's why that's super, super important to keep in mind. Another thing is you have to think about other pieces of data to tell you how you feel and how your journey is going. For example, instead of just looking at the number on the scale and being like, oh, I weigh the same exact thing today, like nothing's happening. A, you have to maybe potentially get into some type of scale like I just explained. B, how are your clothes fitting? C, your progress photos and how you truly look. That one can also be tough because you see yourself every single day. This past week I had 2 clients who sent me progress photos, and it wasn't directly next to their initial photos. So for them, they're like, my weight is fairly similar, like I look the same, what's happening? And then I went in and I copy and pasted their first photo and then like the 4 to 6 week photo after, and the difference was insane. Both of them responded and they were like, holy shit, like I did not even realize that. So things like progress photos, like I said, how you feel, energy levels, how your workouts are in the gym, how your sleep is, how your mood is, just like all this stuff. There's so many more factors that go into it than just what that number on the scale says. It is not telling you everything. You cannot put that much importance on checking that number every day and relating that to you. and your worth. Then, like I said, obviously using the scale is a good tool, especially if you're checking in with a coach here and there. It's just good information to have regardless. I'd rather see my clients in-body scans than just their weight, but at the end of the day, if that's all I can get, it's helpful to have there, at least to look back in the grand scheme of things. But something you really have to look at too is your relationship with the scale, and this is like a huge rabbit hole. I do want to quickly just cover is it's not unhealthy to weigh yourself. I know that a lot of people are like, throw out the scale, get rid of it. Like, I honestly we don't have a scale in our house. We use the InBody whenever we want to weigh ourselves. I don't really think you need to be getting on a scale every single day. If you want to and you're not associating that with your value, that's fine. But where the problem comes in with a scale and weighing yourself like compulsively is what kind of value you're attaching to that number you see on the scale to your self-worth and how you feel about your body and yourself and your health. That's where it starts to become kind of an issue and a little bit of a problem. And that's when I would definitely recommend just like taking a break, taking some time away from the scale, maybe just getting rid of it and going solely based on some of those other factors: how you feel, how your clothes fit, how you look, how your workouts are, how your energy is day to day, how you feel inside, like mood wise and all that stuff. I'm just here to remind you that seeing a certain number on the scale is not going to equate to what you think it may feel like when you get there, just because you are like only thinking about that. You have to enjoy the journey and the process and learn along the way. And remember that a certain number on a scale doesn't equate to a certain way that you might look. You could be 145 pounds and look a certain way with barely any working out, not eating well and all that stuff. Or you could be 145 pounds, gaining muscle, losing body fat, and eating a super healthy diet and caloric amount. So like, it's just, weight really doesn't tell you that much. Like, it's good to know, but I hope you guys get the point that I'm trying to say. If you have access to any type of InBody scan or InBody scale or something along those lines, that is always really helpful to do every couple months along your journey. Otherwise, rely on those other factors. This is one of the hardest things I have to convince a lot of my clients during their journey, and you know, those progress photos and things like that certainly do help and definitely change the game. I've had a couple clients that were like, oh my gosh, I was feeling like, you know, I'm doing all of this and where's the progress, just because they saw the same number on the scale, and then they see things like a completely different side-by-side photo and they are just so shocked. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that button down below, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That's all for right now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!